Well, it's Monday, and what we do on Mitch and His Van on Mondays for our daily updates is we try to talk about the van and RV in general. We try to look at some of the equipment, some of our options, some of our choices, and it's basically me trying to learn more about the equipment and things that go into the systems of a van or an RV. And I think today we're going to look at flooring. All the different types and options we have when we're choosing flooring for our van, which are the best and which are not so good. So I think we're going to start off here looking at some random videos on YouTube and just sort of see what all's out there.
So
today we will be sealing all our edges with Great Stuff foam spray for an extra waterproof barrier. We will also be using a vapor tape for our subfloor to cover the cracks where the subfloor
extra sealant
adhesive is in. The first step is to use this Reflectix tape to seal these.
All right, we don't need the music. We don't need the music. What is it with all the music in these videos? What we're trying to learn here is about what is going to help us insulate and waterproof our floor, because that's where it starts. The whole idea is to get good.
Hey guys, Ryan here with Outdoors
insulation.
And today I'm going to be showing you how to install a floor in my The subfloor should be the first part of your entire van install. Doing so makes every part waterproof, evenly insulated, and sound deadened. You then have a choice to lay the top floor over everything, like I did, or wait until the build is done and then lay the floor around the cab. One downside to doing it first, the entire floor, it could all buckle in the temperature differences, causing bumps. This never really happened in my first build, and I'd rather have my entire floor beneath everything be waterproof when a leak or segments of it. It's durable to constant. Number 2, it's flat. A flat on it. Stand in your van. You don't want to build your floor up so high that you can't stand any. You need to build up from top easily, depending on the material. It's well insulated. About a ½ inch to a full inch is all you need for the floor. The bulk of your insulation should go on the ceiling, of course, where
Okay, insulation is going to be important in a subfloor. Oh, there's a Ford Transit. Waterproofing my Ford Transit. I installed laminate flooring in my cargo van. Beautiful waterproofing. Do-it-yourself budget waterproof camper van install in the Ramblin' van. That's 4 years ago. It's a little old. I try to find stuff that's a little newer. Well, let's see. And I try to avoid videos when I'm doing this, videos with a lot of music because of the copyright strike. I try to remove the music when I can, but...
Hey guys, my name is Ryan Michaels. I'm the owner and builder here at Kokomo Vans. Welcome to my shop. Today we're installing an insulated subfloor into this van here. Here in my shop, I build out Ram ProMasters like this one. But everything in this video today can also be applied to Ford Transits and Mercedes Sprinters. We're going to be focusing on 2 things today. First, making a super sturdy subfloor so that it doesn't flex as you're walking on it, and so that you can attach your other furniture elements in your van to the subfloor. Second, we're going to be focusing on maximizing airflow underneath that subfloor so that we can prevent mold as best as possible. And I do sell these vans when they're done being built, so if that interests you, things that you'll need 3 sheets of it. A lot of construction drill bit, or a regular draw some long, we're going to be using it because mold. The last thing you need to get started is some wood to support your plywood floors like I have. You want to consider or wear the around the wheel wells for this build, because that's where all the battery. So for that spot, I think it's going to
pieces of plywood slats. It's pretty common.
Those high spots that you marked out, go ahead and scuff up the adhesive stuff that I together and hold for. I don't want to do this and glue. Go ahead and put something like a scrap piece of plywood on top of them. Wall these set of construction adhesive. Well. Screws zooming process for all, and I'm lucky enough to have this flooring template basically already pre-made. If I'll explain well to see where, take that measurement over to your template and line up that seam perfectly on there. So
cutting out the subfloor. Was that 3/4 or half
Make sure
inch?
that this seam is evenly supported also. You're products and stuff that you're buying for your van, or easier to use for templates than cardboard is. I use
Okay. Insulation. Well, these are all van builds. Best van flooring options.
Are you looking for the ultimate floor system for your camper van? Stay tuned.
All right, get on with
Back
it.
to the shop. Today, we're going to be talking floor systems, and AVC has made a lot of improvements and added a lot of offerings to our floor system packages over the years. We thought it'd be good to just kind of do a general overview of all the different things we offer for your floor in your camper van to give you all that information in one concise video so you can make the best choice for your van build. Now, today we're going to be covering everything from paper patterns to drop-in floor systems. So stay tuned, watch the whole video, step in price points, do that, those things together. It's a really cool thing we're excited to offer. And 55.5 inches from that. They're spaced 44 inches apart. And basically, we put the L-track as close to the back door as sweat bed.
Yep.
And this way you can put in like a drop-in drawer system or something like ready to go. So with that, stay tuned and let's design your floor system for your van. So if you want to go something wild, something inexpensive, whatever it is, you can buy this floor system. It is just a full-size template that you can put on top of your subfloor material and cut it out. You don't have to. System is going to work. L-track locations, just kind of like our preferred location where you might want to put subfloor in your van. It's do some and back pattern. Use the. Our next option is going to be our insulation only floor system. Now, this is one you might not be familiar with because we've never made a video specifically about this product, but basically it's the insulation layer from underneath our insulated floor system. It's also going to be in a lot more sections. So,
trying to sell me a floor system. All these people trying to sell floors. I don't blame them. How to install a non-wood durable waterproof floor in your van. I'm just trying to learn as much as I can just by going through and randomly looking at some of these videos. There's a vinyl flooring.
Hey guys, we are completing the
no music,
final
please.
steps.
No music.
And the floor and
God,
around
what?
A bottom, and then started cutting our poly.
God damn. Stop playing music. How do you expect me to do this when you play music in the background? Give me a freaking break, people. I'm trying to help you out, give you some exposure, showing you on my channel, and you play music where I can't do it. Van build. Well, I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to go on over to ChatGPT and just look at some notes here. Here are the main choices that I've got when I'm looking at typical flooring. I've got sheet vinyl. I've got luxury vinyl plank, LVP. I've got rubber coin or diamond pattern flooring, woven vinyl, cork flooring, laminate or engineered wood, real hardwood, painted or coated plywood, carpet or removable rugs. And then he's going to give me a choice for my transit based on what he knows about me. So it looks like we've got lots of choices here. Sheet vinyl is probably the most common, I would think. The advantages of sheet vinyl: lightweight, water resistant, easy to sweep and mop. Cabinets can be installed over it. And that's a good question, is do you want your flooring to go underneath the cabinets? Do you put in your flooring first, or do you put in your cabinets and then cut around your cabinets and install the vinyl afterwards? Disadvantages: installation requires careful measuring and cutting. Cheap residential vinyl may look inexpensive. Yeah, it looks cheap. You want some marine grade vinyl sheeting, because it's designed for moisture, heavy wear, and changing conditions. Luxury vinyl plank. These are those individual wood-looking planks that you can put down. Heavier than sheet metal. so it's going to add some weight to the van. The floating floor may rattle. Some products are approved only for climate-controlled homes. A floating floor may move or rattle in a vehicle. Boy, I do not want any noise, any rattling. Rubber coin or diamond pattern flooring. This is the tough rubber-like flooring that you often see in commercial vans or garages or gyms. Extremely durable, good traction, easy to clean, gives the van a rugged, purposeful appearance. The disadvantage is it's industrial rather than home-like. But you could lay some rugs, toss some rugs over it, right? Some throw rugs. Dark colors can make a small fan feel darker. Some products have a rubber odor. Quality rolls can be heavy. So it's best for work vans, gear-heavy vans, adventure vans. Woven vinyl. Cork flooring is available in tiles. I'm not sure I would be so great with cork. I'm not too thrilled about thinking about cork. Laminate or engineered wood. Convincing residential appearance. Engineered wood provides genuine wooden grain, numerous styles and price levels, more rigid underfoot than sheet vinyl. Disadvantages: water can damage the core or enter through the seams. Temperature and humidity can cause some movement. Generally less practical than vinyl in a van. Best for a showpiece or luxury build that will remain relatively climate controlled. So that tells you right there we don't want the laminate. Real hardwood, beautiful, authentic, can be refinished, works well with handcrafted interior, but it's expensive. And it's going to be heavy. Usually unnecessary in a vehicle. Requires more maintenance. Painted or coated plywood. Carpet removable rugs. They're warm and comfortable. They reduce noise. They're inexpensive. This is what I think is have some rugs that you lay over your subfloor. Your floor surface. Buy some throw rugs to make it look more homey. All right, here's Mr. G's. Here's ChatGPT's choice for my transit. For a full-time Ford Transit traveling through different climates, my first choice would be a high-quality glue-down commercial or marine sheet vinyl over a properly sealed plywood subfloor. It's low weight, easy to clean, excellent durability. The luxury vinyl plank would be second choice, but only if the specific product is approved for the temperature extremes. So, here's one final point. Most of the thermal performance comes from the insulation and subfloor underneath it. Also, even waterproof flooring won't protect the plywood if water can enter around the edges, seat mounts, cabinet fasteners, or doorways. Proper sealing matters as much as the flooring material itself. Boy, that's the real issue, isn't it? When we're thinking about flooring, it's all about proper installation and about having proper insulation and sealing. We don't want any water certainly getting under the floor because you've got mold issues and you've got circulation. You need some air circulating underneath that floor, and that's the reason you got to be careful how the subfloor is installed. But I think the vinyl flooring seems to be the best way to go, with maybe some throw rugs to make it more homey. And I think that's maybe the way to go. So I guess I'll wrap it up here. We'll call it a day, and I'll be back tomorrow. Tomorrow is Gear Day. We'll look for some gear to talk about. So go out and have a good day, and I'll see you tomorrow.